Green information technology is an emerging research area that looks into the impact of information communication technologies on our environment. There are currently about 3 billion PCs and laptop devices, as well as 3 billion smart devices that require electricity to be charged and recharged. On top of that, we have now this amazing virtual world called the Internet and the World Wide Web that are currently have something like 48 billion web pages, as well as an enormous amount of data and the amount of energy required to sustain this. You need the electricity generation of Japan and Germany combined to keep this going.
Green information technology comprises two separate but connected areas. First of all, it is about making the technology itself operate in a more efficient and energy-saving manner. But secondly, it's about using that technology to make other aspects of our life and work consume less energy and still be as efficient and effective as possible. The most recent estimates talk about anything between 10 and 20% of an organisation's electricity being used to power and supply the information technology that provides the servers, the data centres and the operational organisation behind almost all of contemporary business.
The book came around following a meeting I had with Steve Elliott, who is one of the executive editors of Elsevier Technology Department, in a conference in Sheffield. We then invited him to come to Leeds Beckett University and see the range of works we're doing. And one of the key areas of research clearly for us was green information technology. And following those discussions, we decided that's an area that it is important in terms of its impact. And therefore, we agreed to go down that route of putting an edited volume together.
We feel that it's important to have a collection of the most recent research, the most recent thinking around those areas of sustainable IT and sustainability through IT in order to inform and develop further research, which in turn will create the kind of systems that will deliver the energy efficiencies that we're looking for.
The book contains not only the research work produced by our own colleagues, but also researchers across Europe and across other higher education institutions in UK.
It also contains some of my own research and some of my own experiences and measurements as case study material, again to provide that level of information and background that people need to understand and move the field forward. Research is important because it helps to fix that old question, which I think Lord Kelvin first came up with, that you can't manage what you can't measure. And what we need to do is to have the research that allows us to provide the data, the information and the understanding of where the energy is actually being used, how we can make the savings and how we can then carry those savings forward into driving yet further efficiencies and yet further development.
Some 25 years ago, as a very young researcher working in another institution, we were introduced to a new concept called the Internet and how it will impact the way we operate. Now, 25 years ago, it was very difficult to see the impact that this new emerging technology is making.
In the future, we will simply have much more IT. It will be doing more things for us. We will be manipulating, processing and generating much more data. What that means is that we have to find ways of making that more efficient, more effective. I think the big change in the next few years will probably be around battery technology. Batteries have been the thing that have held back IT development, if you think of mobile phones and things like that, for quite a long time. And there are some recent exciting developments in those areas which could well be one of the breakthrough developments over the next few years. That will go alongside more efficient hardware and more efficient software development, and also greater efforts to understand and develop the energy efficiency within data centers and data servers.
It will be phenomenal what we are going to end up with, and it's interesting to be part of the research and part of the debate in terms of how this technology needs to be developed to be able to sustain our environment as well as use the benefits of the technology.